Welcome to this Pran practice for rejuvenation and replenishment. We'll begin in a seated posture, doing 3 rounds of Kapalabhati. This first round will be slower. I'll actually have you place your left hand over your belly. Starting with some slower expulsions, forcefully moving the abdomen back towards the spine on the exhale. Looking for about 20 of these total, though you don't have to worry about keeping count right now. Have the face relaxed. Exhale all the air. Please take a deep breath in and smooth breath out. We're going to go into the second round. If you're more familiar, you can go faster. I'm going towards 54 rounds. Otherwise, keeping with 20 to 27 like we did before. This is helping us generate energy and just counteract depletion and dullness that we can feel. Exhaling all the air. This time I'll have you take a deep breath in and then pause the breath at the top of your inhale. Lower the chin down for chin lock and also think about root lock. You're going to exhale smoothly and slowly. We'll begin one final round. The inhales happen naturally in between expulsions, keeping a pace that's comfortable. You're going to exhale all the air. Again, take a deep breath in. Holding the breath at the top of your inhale, lower your chin down, close your eyes, feel that sense of containment at your root. And then exhale all the air smoothly and slowly. We're going to come up to standing position, come to the front of the mat, doing some arm lifts with extending the length of inhale. This first one, inhale, breathe in for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4. Try breathing in for 5, elevating the heels if you're comfortable. You'll keep the exhales at around 4. Play with lengthening towards 6. Finding more length in the spine. Inhaling to 7. And going all the way to 8, if you can get there. Otherwise, staying what ratio is comfortable. Now keep the heels down. I'm going to have you bring the arms up. Breathe in for around 4 and then pause the breath for about 4 seconds. Exhale smoothly. You're going to do this 2 more times on your own. Now as we're working with retentions on inhale, think about drawing the chin back and slightly down and really the sense of containment in your chest. This area where Pran circulates. You'll lower the hands down now to the backs of the thighs. And with your exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, hands down the backs of the legs. Inhale, come up halfway, extending the spine. And exhale, fold forward. Still with the hands on the backs of the legs, rise up, slight flex to the knees, come all the way to standing. So we're going to do this again, slide all the way down. Inhale to come up halfway. We're keeping the breath smooth and continuous here. No need to focus on ratios unless I call your attention to it throughout the practice. Next one, again, we slide all the way forward with that first exhale. We inhale to come up halfway, lift the heart, extend out of the waist. Exhale, fold, bowing a little bit deeper. And then inhale to rise. Good, last one. Just stay low here. Just stay down on the forward fold. You can alternate the bend of your knees. even, moving the head from side to side. And then go ahead and step back to downward facing dog. We're going to come forward to plank. Please lower knees, chest and chin to the floor. Lengthen as you lower the pelvis and rise up, cobra. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. And we're going to lift that right leg up. We're going to open the hip. Go ahead and bend the knee, taking that right heel towards the left leg, towards the left hip. And just feeling that length all the way through the right side of the body. Opening the hip flexor here. Please step that right foot forward. We're going to keep the back heel lifted. Lift up for high lunge position. Reaching the arms up. Bend the elbows, please, and take the palms together at the back of the neck. Now as you press the back of the head into the hands, root the shoulder blades down, and then continue to lift up from your best breastbone and the base of your rib cage. Just breathe. Keeping that sense in your torso, you can lengthen the arms, but don't lose that connection of the shoulder blades down the back. And then exhale, fold. You're going to go back to plank again. And as you exhale, lowering down to the floor, tops of the feet down, rise up, cobra, and pull back again, downward facing dog. Root through the hands, elevate your left leg. We're going to go ahead and bend the knee, keeping the foot neutrally flexed, dialing that left heel over towards the right hip. We want to keep the elbows and shoulders fairly even, keeping the opening mainly to the hip. Bring that left foot forward. Rising up for the high lunge, grounding your tailbone, lifting your pubic bone up towards your belly a little bit. And then as you bend the elbows, we're going to create that expansion of the chest. Root the shoulder blades down, gentle back bend in the upper back. Really expand the collarbones. Back leg is strong. And then elevate the arms. We'll stay here for just another breath or two. So the Pran Vayu is warehoused mainly in the chest. It rules inhale. So as you lower down again, we're going to come back to downward facing dog. Coming forward to plank. Now you can choose to go to the floor as we have been, or chaturanga. And coming up to cobra or upward facing dog, where you actually lift the knees. And pull back, downward dog. So we're going to play with a variation of chair pose, which goes a little bit faster. So stepping forward, we're going to bend the knees to sink the hips, come up to chair for a moment, arms alongside the ears. And then moving fairly swiftly, straighten the legs, inhale. You're going to exhale, sit to chair, sweep the arms back. Keep the hips low as you inhale, bring the arms alongside the ears. Exhale, sweep the arms back, and then inhale, come to standing. So pretty swift. Exhale, sit to chair, move the arms back. Elevate the arms as you inhale. Exhale, tailbone in as you sweep the arms back, and inhale, rise up. Just keep going. It's a fairly vigorous breath, and this is just helpful for moving circulation. And again, this practice is about replenishment and revitalization. So now we're going to stay in the chair pose. You can choose an arm position that's best for your low back. Either arms extended forward in prayer pose or arms alongside the ears. And just stay steady now. Navel in towards the spine and slightly up on your exhales. Inhale, chest lifts off the waist. Good. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. We're going to keep the pace fairly strong. We're going to lift the arms up. And exhale, wide swan dive. Step the left leg way back, left knee down. Surya Namaskar L. I'm going to sweep the arms up, lifting the chest. And then as you exhale, press that left foot forward, coming to standing forward fold. And you're going to set up the arms, interlacing the fingers. You can choose to straighten the legs as you bring the arms up and over. And then sitting back to chair, sweep the arms back up. Lowering down, right foot goes way back. We're going to reach the arms up, crescent moon lunge. As you exhale, press off the right leg, come forward fold. Bend the knees to sit the arms up. Squeezing the upper arms together and towards the floor as potentially you lengthen the legs. Then you're going to bend the knees, arms sweep through chair, come to standing. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good. One more round. Exhale all the way down, step that left leg back. As you inhale, open the chest, arms alongside the ears, and exhale, press off the back foot, forward fold. Bend the knees, set up the bound arms, and exhale, lengthen the legs. Bend the knees, inhale to rise up, pass through chair. Exhale, wide swan dive, last half round, right leg goes way back. As you're ready to inhale, stretch up through the back. And exhale, press forward. Set up the arms, squeeze and lengthen, folding forward. And then please stay. Now bend the knees, release, come up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Just notice how you feel. That's been a fairly vigorous pace. Moving a lot of stagnancy through. We're going to set up now for triangle pose. So you're going to, if you want the block, you can place it to the outside of the right foot. Let's elevate the right arm, turn that left palm out as it stays to the waist, and exhale, lower down over the right leg. Hand to the shin or to the block. Inhale, reach that left arm up and over, rainbow arc up over the ear. Exhale, pull the arm back as you look down, and then reach that right arm out, inhale and come up. Exhale, fold, slight bend to the right knee. Inhale, sweep the arm up and over, really bowing through the left rib cage. Looking down as you exhale, chin in, and then reach the right arm out, inhale to come up. Good, exhale, lower down. And inhale, sweep the left arm, again up and over. Exhale, arm slides back, gaze to the floor, reach the right arm out, and inhale to rise. We're going to come down, and we're going to work to stay in the pose. You're going to inhale, reach that left arm up and over now. You're going to stay here so you can keep the arm in that extended position or straight up if you prefer. And see if you can pause after your inhale. Building a sense of containment in the chest. Just a brief pause. Exhale smooth and slow, navel into the spine. And then after your next pause, exhale, sweep the arm back. Inhale, come back to standing. Just going to switch sides, lowering the block down if you want to use it behind the left leg. As you turn the right foot in slightly, we're going to elevate the left arm, right palm stays to the hip, and exhale, lower the hand down. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and over, stretching out of the right waist. Exhale, pull the arm back as you look down, extending the left arm, and inhale to rise. Good. Exhale, fold, slight flex to the left knee. Inhale, rainbow the arm up and over. Still keeping that external rotation. As you exhale, back of the palm moves towards the waist, and then extend the left arm to come up. Again, at your own pace, working to keep the breath smooth and steady, legs strong, outer right sole of the foot planted into the floor. All of this dynamic movement is helping us to really smooth out any erratic patterning in the breath. And so now we're going to come to stay. You can choose to keep that arm elevated over the ear. Navel and chest spinning towards the ceiling, and see if you can insert a brief pause, 3 to 4 seconds after your inhale. Sense that you're gathering and warehousing life force, vital life force, into the area of your chest and upper back. You're going to release, take the top arm back to the hip, extend the left arm, and come up to standing. We're going to come back towards the front of the mat. Please come into downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 breaths in each posture, coming first to plank pose. Hugging the outer shins, thighs strong. Now you can choose to stay here or lower down to half or full chaturanga for 3 breaths. We want to keep the shoulders level with the elbows or slightly higher. Sense of the navel drawing in. And then wherever you are, you're going to come down and move into a back bend. Cobra or upward dog. Taking a few breaths there. And as you're ready, then move back, downward dog. Ground and stabilize. We're going to step that right foot forward in between the hands, left foot 45 degrees, come up and prepare for warrior 1. Okay, so we want to keep the back leg strong, bend the front knee and elevate the arms. Good, exhale, lower the arms down, nice smooth, full breaths here. Feel that you're drinking in the inhale, keep moving dynamically, 4 times dynamically. So we have a lot of attention on our inhales because Pran Vayu also rules the inhale. It's the internalizing force. And so sense that you're drinking in energy into your body as you're inhaling. You're going to stay in the pose now. Ground the shoulder blades down. And again, if it's comfortable, you're going to pause your breath after your inhale. Just 2 to 4 seconds. If you're starting to feel a little overstimulated, you won't. Now let's press towards Ardha Chandrasana. You're going to lower the right hand to the outside of the little toe of the right side. Go ahead and elevate the left leg. Sweeping the top arm up. Just get really steady here. No breath retention. If you want to go for candy cane variation, you can bend the top knee, bring the heel back to the hip, and reaching back to grab the top of the foot. Pull the shin away from the body to create more of a back bend variation here. We want to keep a slight flex to the standing knee. And then you can choose to release the leg, extending again, and then bend the front knee, lower the back leg down. Returning. Step the left leg forward. Take a moment to feel all of those effects. So at this point, if you're feeling overstimulated, you won't be doing any more retentions after inhale. Otherwise, if you're liking the effects, we can keep going. I'm going to step the right leg back, foot 45 degrees, bend the front knee, elevate the arms. Good. Exhale out, front leg long. I'm going to do this 3 more times. I recommend taking the chest slightly forward to the hips to minimize crunching of the low back. But again, it's like you're drinking in your inhales. And even those exhales, you can sense that life force going into all the contents of your body. Having a lot of attention on internalizing life force into your system. Good. On this next round, we're going to stay in the pose. You can do brief retention after inhale. You want to think about chin towards the back of the neck, slightly down. Tailbone drawing forward on those exhales towards the front left knee, left heel. And then transitioning to half moon. You're going to go ahead and on your next exhale, bend the front knee. Take the hand to the block or to the floor outside of the little toe side of the foot. Elevate the right leg. Stack the hip like we did in that initial downward dog. Chest and belly open up towards the wall they're facing. You can choose to elevate the top arm to create more expansion through the collarbones. maybe candy cane variation, bending the knee and reaching back to grab the top of the foot. And then you'll pull the foot and the shin away from the body. Again, slight flex to the standing knee. Breathe. Enjoy the opening. Release and extend the leg again. And bend the front knee, lower the back leg down. Okay. So, taking a wide stance, going for wide-legged forward fold, hinging from the hips. Go ahead and take your hands down to the big toes. Bending the elbows if you're able to do that. Please draw the shoulders away from the ears so you have a nice length to the neck. Really release the chin and the jaw. And just to really ground in, have a lot of attention to your exhales as we're in this pose. Helping to stabilize. We're going to bend the right knee, coming around towards plank. We're going to set up for side plank. So coming onto the outer edge of the right foot, you can choose to take that left foot forward, sort of in front of the thigh. You can stack the left foot on top of the right or come into this tree pose variation with the left heel onto the inner thigh. So big expanse through the collarbones, tailbone into the body. Now you're going to take that left ball of the foot behind you, press up, coming into Wild Thing. It's sort of a back bend variation. You're pressing into the ball of the foot and reaching back. Good. Come back around. Downward facing dog. Take an adjusting breath here. We're going to keep things flowing, keep things moving. Coming forward towards plank. Going to take that left hand just to the left of center, come onto the outer edge of the left foot. Now you can choose to bend the right knee, taking that right foot forward, staying there, stacking right heel on top of the left, or bending the right knee, opening the hip, place that right heel onto the inner thigh. Now press against that foot, open up. And then you can choose to take the ball of the foot down behind you. You're going to kind of roll the belly and chest up, encouraging this back bend. You want to keep that left shoulder blade really plugged in. Go ahead and come back around, downward dog. Again, ground and stabilize. Really powerful heart opening pose. Please lower the knees down, a little Chakravakasa. Oh no, we're going to come to the floor here and work with, yes, Makrasana, crocodile. So one hand on top of the other at the forehead. You're going to widen your feet as wide as your mat, resting on the inner soles of the feet as best you can. Now taking the elbows wider, you're going to walk the forearms back so that the rib cage lifts, but the belly is still on the floor. And then you can stack the fists, lower the forehead onto the fists. Now in this position, we have to breathe diaphragmatically. And so just allow yourself to breathe into the belly, also feeling that breath fill the low back, the pelvis. And this is really meant to help us ground and stabilize, to counteract any overstimulating effects, and also to help assimilate the effects in the most ideal way. Just keep filling the low back and pelvis, but come down to the floor now, taking the right cheek down. Bend the elbows, hands come underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale, elevate the left leg and upper body. Bend the left knee, heel into the hip. Inhale, take the leg long, and exhale, lower both halves down. Inhale, right leg lifts, upper body lifts. Exhale, draw the heel into the hip, thighs still lifted. Inhale, take the right leg long, stretch, and exhale, lower. You're going to continue this 2 more times each side. So you exhale, think about lengthening the tailbone. With that inhale, we can get the chest just a little higher. Move smoothly, having that attention to work out any agitation that might be coming forward in the breath. After your next round, coming down, we're going to prepare both legs, bending the knees, big toes together, shoulders back, lifting the chest, and then as much as you can, lift the thighs. Now it looks like I'm not lifting it all through my thighs, but there is a little bit of lift there. Just breathe, using the power of the back and the glutes. Be careful not to overarch the neck. Release and come down. Go ahead and take the arms alongside the body. Again, breathe into the low back, pelvis. Rest. We're going to take a final back bend. You can do what we just did, or go ahead as you bend the knees, grab the ankles or the tops of the feet. Go ahead and spread the toes, pressing out through the balls of the feet. We're going to elevate the thighs and the upper body. Now really let the legs do most of the work, drawing the balls of the feet up on the inhale, shins back on the exhale. And feel that opening to the chest. Again, drink the breath in. Jaw is relaxed. When you're ready, release. And just melt. Take that wonderful adjusting breath, breathing into the low back and the pelvis. Hands come underneath the shoulders, press up, tabletop position. Inhaling here. I'm going to have you exhale, seat to the heels, chest to the thighs, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Keep lengthening through the spine. Exhale, navel in, slight tuck to the tail. Move back, child's pose. And on this next time that you go back to child's pose, just stay there. Internalizing the effects of the practice. Feeling your body. Noticing that vibrance inside. I'm going to have you lift your torso, bring your hips to the side and legs forward. I'm going to bend the right knee, creating a twist, bring that foot and cross it over the left knee as you keep the left leg extended. Elevating the left arm, you're going to reach around, taking the knee into the crease of the elbow. You can do elbow to the outside of the knee as you spin navel, chest, and chin around to the right. So keep the sense of the chest elevating on the inhales and your exhales, spinning to the right. If you're finding more space, you can adjust your hands now as you've been in the pose. Just make sure you're not wrenching your back around. Kind of unwind. Prepare for Janu Shirshasana, bringing the right knee out to the sides. Go ahead and elevate the arms and exhale. Come forward, catch hold of the big toes, the shin or the knee. Inhale and just lift the chest away as you keep the hand hold. And exhale, fold. Please stay. For the rest of the practice, orienting more of our attention into the exhales. This will help us balance the effects of the Pran practice. Go ahead and lift up out of the pose and we'll switch sides. Bending the left knee, cross it over to the outside of the right. I'm going to have you elevate the right arm and then keep that sense of length as you come around and catch hold of the knee into the crease of the right elbow to begin with. The left hand comes back around, spin the navel, chest and chin to the left. Keep elevating the right toes. Hug the knee in close towards the chest. If you're finding more space, you can take the knee to the elbow to the outside of the knee. Again, attention on those exhales, following the navel in and slightly up. Feeling that corresponding lift to the pelvic floor. Please unwind out of the posture. You're going to uncross the foot, take the knee out to the side, inner sole along the inner thigh. And then coming forward, catch the big toes or ankle or the shin. Just one time, inhale, lift the heart up and away from the legs. And then exhale, bow further over. Back of the neck long and chin in. Shoulders away from the ears as you keep encouraging the collarbones forward towards the foot. Relax your jaw, relax your face. And walk the hands back. Coming to Paschimottanasana, you can choose to bend the knees. Sitting up on a blanket if you need to. Coming to the forward fold position, potentially catching hold of the toes or the balls of the feet. Brief hold here. Inner thighs rolling down towards the mat. Jaw absolutely relaxed. Good, we're going to walk the hands back up, slide the hips to the center of the mat, roll the spine down. I'm going to have you keep the knees bent and just do some really gentle bridge poses to counteroppose the spine. Keeping the arms alongside the body, just gently lift the hips. Doesn't have to be your strongest bridge. Inhale, lifting up. You can elevate the forearms if you'd like. Keep the upper arms down. And then go ahead and take the legs long. Having the intention to keep the body absolutely still for these next minutes. Just for the next several breaths, be aware of the navel moving back towards the spine on your exhales. And feel that each exhale is allowing you to release more completely to the floor. Alternately feeling the body open to the earth. Noticing that presence of buoyance and lightness and vitality in your body. And allow that feeling to completely occupy the contents of your mind. Your mind absolutely absorbed. in that feeling of vitality and life force. Pulsing through your body. I have you take some deep breaths. Start moving the body slowly. Bending the knees, go ahead and roll to your side. And then go ahead and come up to a seated posture for our pranayama and finishing meditation. So we're just going to briefly work with Nadi Shodhanam, alternate nostril breath, preparing the mind for meditation. You're going to create the Vishnu Mudra, gentle fist with the right hand, extend the thumb, ring, and little finger. Taking the hand over the bridge of the nose, go ahead and close off the right nostril as you exhale left. Inhale through the left, closing that off, and exhale right. Now work with Ujjayi here. Just have the breath be free, not forced. Doing your best on the side, if you have a side where the air is moving through less freely. Just take your time there. Keep the jaw relaxed. Just do this for about 1 more minute. Next time you come to breathe out your left side, have that be your last. You'll lower the hands down. Enjoy that first breath in. So we're going to move into this Pran Vayu meditation. So I'm going to explain it first, and then we'll do it together. So on your inhales, you're going to imagine white light moving through the 5 gates of your senses, through your nose, through your eyes, your ears, your mouth, and your pores into the midbrain. You'll pause the breath briefly, seeing that light and energy grow, and then you're going to exhale it back out through those 5 gates. So please do this on your own 10 times. Nice slow breaths. Sense prana as white light moving in. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, pores of the skin. The pause is very brief, feeling that that white light is bathing gray matter of the brain. Exhale back out. Just continue on your own. As I mentioned, the Pran Vayu is located in the chest, rules inhale, and is the internalizing force. But it also rules that part of the brain that takes in the world through your senses. We often can get so overstimulated because there's so much available to us culturally that we never really have to shut down the senses. And this can lead to feelings of exhaustion, fatigue. So this is meant to replenish that aspect of pran, bathing your senses, your brain. When you've completed those 10 rounds, you're just going to stay with that sense of the brain and the senses, bathed in that presence, that feeling of warmth and healing and light. Remember not to over-try. Just allow and feel. You may begin to see the whole body bathed in this light. Replenished, revitalized. Complete being restored. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. I have you release the practice. Taking the hands in front of the heart, lower the chin down. Just bow into yourself, noticing the effects of today's practice. Having a moment of gratitude. Go ahead and rub your palms. Them over your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Open. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Namaste.